Yeah, hello? Yeah, complaint department. Yeah, complaint department. All I know is this, guys. First we got Jenna, now we got Karen. Well, somebody down in quality control needs to get to work here, because otherwise I'm not buying condoms from you guys again. It's just that. Hello, everybody. We're live. Just a little business going on there. Oh, yeah, that's right. A lot of weird, exciting things to get caught up on that have happened over the last couple days, last couple weeks, actually. Back to work tomorrow, which means we are back in the parking lot tomorrow morning. So for you folks who've been wanting it back, Tales from the Parking Lot will return tomorrow. Now, for you folks who actually have that distant memory of what that is, that was, we get together about between 5:20, 5:30-ish in the morning. That's Eastern Standard Time. And we get together and we gab about things around the world, mainly Doctor Who, but I have a lot of stuff I wanted to cover, and I knew I wouldn't remember half of it in the parking lot tomorrow morning. So I figured we'd all get together. Of course, right here off the bat, Karen Gillan proudly announcing her pregnancy. And as y'all know, we heard earlier this year that Jenna Coleman is pregnant. No, that was just a joke at the beginning. I can clearly state with a clear conscience, I ain't that baby's daddy. All right? It was just a gag, all right? So tomorrow morning we'll be back in the parking lot. And it's kind of weird because I keep hearing Matt Smith now, when I see her in this photos. You looks like you swallowed a planet. Okay, it's going to be weird watching her walk around with a baby bump. That girl looks like somebody took Pippi Longstocking and stuck her in a taffy puller. I'm not kidding. But still, lovely young lady nonetheless. I'm just kidding. Alrighty then, let's get what we do have. Okay, right off the bat, we're going to get this out of the way. Very sadly, we lost James Earl Jones Monday, age 93, amazing actor. I know most of the people on the universe know him as the voice of Darth Vader. But I knew him from a lot of other things. Admiral Greer and, Hunt for Red October. All kinds of other roles that it is spiraling around in my mind. I've seen him in so many movies across the years. But of course, now that I mentioned Star Wars, they all blanked out on me. They just, But of course, yeah, Conan the Barbarian, Thulsa Doom, amazing actor with an amazing voice. And sadly, yeah, he is going on. But 93 years old, that's good innings. Especially here in America with how screwed up things here are today. There's fluoride in the water, and there's probably plutonium too. Get over it. All right, it wouldn't surprise me any if my pee was glowing in the dark the way things are these days. Or tomorrow morning, we're going to have a major sunstorm. We're going to bake all our hair off because of global warming. It's global warming. Yeah, you mean the exact same thing that's been going on across history for how many years? That's why I don't believe in global warming, folks. The planet's climate has shifted so much over just the last, say, 10,000 years that there's no substantial way you can point and say, humans did it. You have volcanoes on this planet spewing out like 1 billion cars worth of carbon every day. Look up the exact figures. Trust me, you'll freak you out. But we're not here to talk about global warming. We're here to talk about Doctor Who. And who else to talk about Doctor Who but, of course, Stephen Moffat. And as you all know, we've talked about this many, many times. Quote, I was vilified endlessly as a Doctor Who showrunner. And this is what really pisses me off. When the show came back, you did immediately have your little gang of rabble-rousers, muckrakers, and all that. But then by the time RTD left, he was getting threats, this, that. And then Moffat steps in. Moffat the savior. He wrote all these great episodes. He's destined to save the show. And he did a fantastic job as far as I'm concerned. And like every other showrunner across history, sure, he had a few duds. It happens all the time. But most of his stuff was good. And then, of course, Moffat decides to leave, and we bring in that evil bastard Chibnall, who's going to destroy everything. He's named a female doctor. Oh my God, I'm going to go jump off the nearest high building. Fortunately for me, the nearest high building isn't all that high. I'd probably just break my legs. And no thank you. I've just gotten over a broken collarbone. I don't want to go through that shit again. All right. So he was left puzzled and frustrated by omni-bigot accusations. And trust me, read this. This is not even... I was vilified endlessly. Quote, I was a homophobe, misandrist, a misanthrope, a sexist, and a misogynist, and a racist. I was against so many people I could only be described as an omni-bigot, which I would suggest means I'm treating everybody equally. It's like that old saying. Somebody once asked me, and they got really pissed off until I told them, I was like, are you a racist? I said, you're damn straight I'm a racist. What? They're like, what? I said, yeah, I can't stand the human race most days of the week. There's a few exceptions out there I do like, but, you know. But other than that, the human race has been a vast disappointment. I think Neanderthals got the shaft. How they didn't take over or somebody else, I still can't figure out. They had 5 times our strength, 3 times our adipose layer, something like that. And they had a bigger brain than we did. You remember when they used to call people Neanderthals? Turns out, a few decades later, we found out Neanderthal had like, on average, 1 to 200 more cc's of brain than we did. So, history screwed them on that one. Ugh. So let's keep going. Yeah, everybody has good episodes. Everybody has bad episodes. BBC defends Doctor Who ratings for Series 14. We've been telling you this for months, but because some guy likes to fire out his knuckle children while watching Rotten Tomatoes and thinks it is the god-awful, Xenu master, wizard, omni-guru of all ratings, which I can't figure out for the life of me why anybody is still using Rotten Tomatoes after Rotten Tomatoes openly admitted their site was screwed up. But it's still the basis for all entertainment. It must be honored, it must be obeyed, like the jealous husband of film industry that it is. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, the BBC has defended ratings for the latest season of Doctor Who against claims that it is underperformed. All right, let's go down here, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get... Okay, a BBC spokesperson told the publication, quote, and this, remember, you should remember this because I've been telling you this. Overnight ratings no longer provide an accurate picture of all those who watch drama in an on-demand world. Anybody get that? Matter of fact, if you want to go see it, links down in the description box, okay? I actually remembered to do it this time. This season of Doctor Who premiered on iPlayer nearly 24 hours before broadcast, and episode 1 has already been viewed by nearly 6 million viewers and continues to grow. Doctor Who remains one of the most watched programs on iPlayer and is the BBC's top drama for under 35s this year, making it one of the biggest programs for the demographic across all streamers and broadcasters. In other words, criminal thinker, narcotic, and, little rotten canal, with the hair slicked back like he just popped out of his mama's canal. You don't know what you're talking about. Go home and masturbate like all little lonely boys do. Because that's all you're doing. You're drawing up hate over something where there's no hate. Let's move forward, shall we? Now, if you've not heard about this, because tickets went on sale for this a while ago, this weekend, I believe it is, Paul McGann will start a live special recording of Big Finish's 8th Doctor Adventures. Let's scroll down here. To celebrate 25th anniversary of the licensed Doctor Who audio dramas, Big Finish Theatre, in partnership with BBC Studios, Fourth Wall Live, and AEG, is proud to announce a unique full cast live recording event taking place at Cadogan Hall, London, on Saturday the 14th of September. Tickets, of course, were on sale, and I believe they're still on sale. I don't know if they sold out or not. You may want to go check that out. Of course, they're going to perform a brand new audio play, The Stuff of Legend by Robert Valentine. I really wish they had said Dr. Freedom and Eric, but that's never going to happen. Okay. All right. Leading the cast is Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor. India Fisher, of course, is Charlie Pollard. And, of course, the only master we haven't seen on screen, played by Alex McQueen. Nick Briggs will be there, of course, as the voice of the Daleks. So, if you can get tickets to this and go check it out, all the details are right here, linked below in the description box as usual. Let's keep moving. All right, Stephen Moffat on Doctor Who bosses being the chief Satan of the nation and how to not to adapt British series for the US. He also discusses differences between the UK and US TV systems, why Sherlock Holmes is the least qualified to solve crimes, and how comedy is all about breaking rules. So, a very interesting piece here. This one goes on for a bit, but one insight from knowing and working with various Doctor Who actors shared by Moffat that had the audience in stitches was this. Everyone who has ever played Doctor Who thinks they are the real one. There are a lot of crazy problems, I think, in the David Tennant family cycle because his father is Peter Davison, who played the Doctor from 81 to 84, and I don't think either of them thinks that the other one's the proper Doctor. And of course, Tennant's wife, Georgia Moffat, who played, and by the way, no relation to Stephen Moffat. It's a whole different spelling. Peter Davison's real name, for you folks who don't know this by now, is Peter Moffat. If I remember, I think it's spelled with an E. And he changed it to Peter Davison as his stage name. But of course, his daughter kept her, the family name. So she's actually Georgia Moffat. Well, now Georgia Moffat Tennant. And damn it, David, don't use the same company that I went to for rubbers. Get that thing tied off, man. Give that poor girl's uterus a break. All right, we keep moving forward. Okay, this worries me. Because this is playing right into the enemy's hands. And I'm not talking about enemy as a race. I'm talking about enemy as online communities. Such as Brain Dead Bashers and, like I said, the Nardi, the criminal thinker, and his little buddy Rotten Canal and all the rest of them. Or the bald-headed Irish dude who's no longer a zone or official or whatever. BBC announces boost to create diverse boost creative. BBC announces boost to creative diversity commitments following the review by Sir Lenny Henry Centre for Media Diversity. Here's my view on this. Doctor Who, contrary to popular belief, has always been diverse. Since the beginning. Go all the way back to the 10th planet. Who was one of the astronauts in the 10th planet? Black man. Go back to even like the 3rd Doctor era. Who wound up in charge of Skybase? There was Stubbs and Cotton. Oh, heck. That's right. Stubbsy died. It was Cotton who took over. Those two were lead characters to that whole show. Black man, white guy. What's wrong with that? You see what I mean? And plus, my other argument I couldn't stand for the last so many years, and they really threw this at the wall over and over and over again. Those evil white male corporate villains. They obviously have not watched a single goddamn episode of the classic series. Industry, business, technology, and all that, especially by white male corporate types, have been in the show since 1963. Okay? Oh, we're having good talk. I'm just on a roll. I'm on a roll. Let's keep going, okay? We're almost there. Don't worry. Calm down. I'm just having a little fun. Proving the naysayers wrong because they suck. All right, let's keep moving. Russell T Davies relays this article pisses me off beyond all comprehension. All he said in this announcement, quote, "It's an industry decision. It's like any business. Things take time. I think the decision will come after the transmission of season 2. That's what we're expecting, and that's what we've always been heading towards." End quote. Guys, I just read you. Matter of fact, I'm going to read you just now. This is what they said back in August. Disney chief backs Doctor Who as quote-unquote really good fit after shooting Gatwa's first season. Yet, Now RTD makes this quote at a Comic-Con, and suddenly it's diminished confidence for a third new Doctor Who series in 2026. Now, I can understand why they may be thinking that there won't be Doctor Who in 2026, but until we get an announcement on that, don't go freaking crazy. All right? Keep your heads together. Keep your thoughts pleasant and serene. Speaking of that, domestic, fetch me something. I don't know. Do we have any lemonade?
Kiss my ass.
Oh, I tried. Okay, it never works. Don't worry, I think the usual suspects are watching.
Oh, I know. I seen Grant already said hi.
Okay. All he's saying is this. The decision to renew Doctor Who, the reason why they may have held off till after Series 2 is don't look at Doctor Who's track record. Look at Disney's track record. Deadpool and Wolverine is the first major success they have had in years, literally, as far as Marvel movie production goes. It is now officially the highest grossing R-rated movie. That's the record for it now. And it's a Disney flick. So the only thing I can figure is somebody up there said, guys, I think it's about time we pull the broom out of our ass and let somebody do what they want. And that's why you got our, Deadpool and Wolverine. And right now they're probably still thinking, they're literally still at battle stations because they've had so many things go wrong over there. Hell, the Lando series has been completely canceled before it was even going to happen. And of course, the asshole light has just taken a dive. And I'm just kidding with that because I don't have any dog in the Acolyte fight. The second I saw Light Whip, no, I wasn't watching it. Just like when I saw for the new Star Trek, they're using Abrams effect in the Abrams universe. Not watching it. And guess what? I've been happier, saved a lot of time, and I haven't spent hours online making money off other people's misery. Or generating misery because I'm a total dick. Because that's what a lot of these guys are doing. It's all they got to do. So once again, before you start freaking out, go back to this article right here. This is from August. This is the last month of August this was announced. In Deadline. Okay. And to really put it home, this was said by our beloved 7th Doctor Sylvester McCoy not long ago. And I just told you this, so we're not going to go over this again. Quote, Doctor Who has always been political. It has been since almost the first episode. If it hadn't been for political, mingering and mongering and jiggery pokery, you wouldn't have the Daleks. Daleks were based right off the Nazis. In ideology. And of course we come to Matt, the Matster of Disaster Smith, who's happy to be out of Karen Gillan's pool house because it's being turned into a nursery. Just think that kid would have kept poor Matt up all night. Okay. He rounds on critics of Doctor Who and remembers his late father. Now we got to scroll down quite a bit. And great, now it's not loading. I did not go past it because I know it's a way right about here. Okay. Okay, Smith loved Doctor Who. He played the titular role from 2010 to 2014. All right. Okay, does he still watch it? Ncuti Gatwa's iteration as the Doctor began last year. He said, quote, not much, but Ncudi's brilliant. I feel very proud to have been in the show. It changed my life because few shows are watched by a 9-year-old mom and dad and an 83-year-old grandma. That's 3 generations, and you're in people's homes at Christmas. It's an amazing responsibility. But of course, Smith was in the series when the culture was just culture, not the culture wars, which feels like an easier time to be in a mass entertainment show. Is it, quote, those debates reduce it to a place that it doesn't need to be in. Smith scoffs one of the those complaining about Doctor's race or gender. People that attack Doctor Who blow my mind. It's about an alien who is cool and travels around the universe saving civilizations. What's not to love? End quote. So for once, me and the Matt agree on something there, don't we? I have no idea if Matt's in a new project or Matt's just really screwing with his hair again. He's had many hairstyles over the years, so who knows? Iced coffee. Gotta love it. There we go. So, we're going to be back in the parking lot tomorrow morning. Somewhere between 5:20-ish. I may be a little late because I got to get back into the morning routine again. Which is weird because I haven't been to work since July 8th. So 2 days past 2 months now. That's the longest break I've had since COVID. Okay, which was the forced go home deal because of the COVID thing. So, all I can tell you is this, folks. Don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you hear, especially if it's coming from some guy who looks like he hasn't grown pubes to shave off yet. Don't believe anything from some grizzled old dude who runs a comic book store who thinks now he's the pulse of America because, oh, looky, I look at Rotten Tomatoes. I'm now an expert. As I've told you before, Rotten Tomatoes, the website, has been inherently unreliable. Matter of fact, it's getting to the point it might as well just rename itself IMDb and get it over with. Because I'm going to have to go find the articles, but I remember when they put it out that they had to shut down parts of their own polls because they were being botted. And the problem is, there's trailers out there I know people don't like. There's concepts out there I know that people don't like. But you can't tell me with any sane reasoning that a video gets like 1 million dislikes with only how many views on it. Because I've been through this before. I've had it happen where I uploaded videos that weren't even up 5 minutes, didn't have 20 views yet. Somehow they had like 88 dislikes on them. That means it's being botted. But
I got a baby Herman.
Put your baby Herman away. No one wants to see it.
Oh, he's cute. His hand even moves.
Quit showing the world your alien bones.
See? His hand moves. What?
Well, Herman's still back there, but I haven't dusted off Herman in I don't know how long. Poor fellow's probably got cobwebs on him more than I have hair. Oh, I got to get it back there and start cleaning him off again. So remember, be kind, be calm, be safe, everyone. Be courteous, kind, and forgiving. I forgot where the rest. So, please take care of yourselves.
Bye, everyone.
We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Take care. And if you want to read any of these articles that I've shown you tonight, they should be down there in the description box for you to take a look at. So, take care, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.